Welcome to the inside of the Corsa E from Vauxhall.
Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you never miss a new video.
Welcome to checking the car. This is the Corsa E. The first thing you'll notice about this E-Corsa is it has a really interesting front design. You've got these sort of hexagonal design grille here, which looks really sporty, and then these cool new headlights, which are LED with the daytime running lights that are also LED. That is very, very cool. It looks much more upmarket maybe than previous models. And then down here, you've got your fog lights and then your adaptive cruise control sensor as well. At the side here, we have these 17-inch wheels. And then down the side of the car, we have this body line. You've got a cool body line across here, which comes up, which looks very sporty. And you've got a body line coming down the side down here. We've got some aluminium trim. We've got our E-Corsa badge here, and the windows look really cool, the way they're designed, and tinted towards the back of the car as well, which is cool to see. And it's got quite aggressive haunches, which I really like. When you look at it from the back here, you can see those haunches really, really well. And the line of the car and the light is also integrated, so you can see the haunch continues along here, and then the design line comes into the light, and then it's got sort of like a hexagonal almost shape. I'm not sure what you'd call this shape. And then there's some interesting detail in the light here. Again, you've got a cut out here along there where it says Corsa E on there, and then you've got your reflectors down the back here, reversing light as well, and all your parking sensors. And we've got a spoiler here, which is again interestingly integrated. You can see it's not quite a flat line, it kind of comes into here and goes down like that. That's an interesting design element as well. Looking at the bonnet here, we've obviously got this line going through the center of the bonnet, again lines down here, and then on the front windscreen you've got your lane assist and sensors. So really, really cool design for the car. Let's have a look now at the interior and see what that looks like. Inside the car we have our digital driver's display. We've got our infotainment system as well, and this infotainment system is nice and easy to use. You've got the buttons down here for audio, for nav, for your phone, for your electric settings, which will then show you the flow, the statistics, and the charge. And then you can go into your apps, and you've got Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and the connected apps through the Vauxhall connected app, which will also show you your energy. You can get to the energy like that. This is very similar to the EC4 with the infotainment system. We can go into the settings for the car, driving functions, and vehicle settings. If we click on safety, we can see all the safety features here. Active safety brake, speed recommendation, traffic sign recognition, blind spot monitoring. Across here into nav, we can see in the nav, we can see where we are. And over to audio, you can choose to go into the radio stations, and you can choose to go between sources, Bluetooth, radio, USB, and iPod. Of course, this car also has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Apple CarPlay is now plugged in. You've got your apps. You can scroll through, you can get to your dashboard. To the side of the screen, you can see your notifications, which will give you information about your connection service, Wi-Fi, private mode, and we can go back out of here, go back to Apple CarPlay, and then on the side here you've got your settings. And again, this lets you change your audio settings, adjust the treble, the mid, the loudness, the balance, sound, voice, and the ringtone. You can change all this stuff on here. Very simple to do, and you can adjust your profiles. Again, very much like the EC4. I would suggest check out the EC4 video if you want to see more of that as well. So that is Apple CarPlay. Let's connect up Android Auto now. I can see Spotify, all my apps, Waze, everything works exactly as you would anticipate that it would on the system. Everything plays, everything does what you expect it to. So nice and easy, simple to use. And of course I can use Google. Okay, Google, where is the nearest electric car charging station? And then you can see here, it will show you directions to your nearest electric car charging station. So Android Auto works exactly like you would expect it to Let's have a look at the digital driver's display now. So you've got information on here. It shows you your range, shows you how many miles you've driven, shows you if you're in charge, eco or power mode, shows you your battery status. You can see the traffic sign recognition, and you can see album art from Spotify or whatever you're listening to on your phone. And again, I can scroll through these here. And looking inside the car, you can see it has an interesting sleek design here. The dashboard again has this really cool design feature across here, which looks very interesting, kind of looks a bit like a wing of a bird maybe. And then underneath that you have your climate controls that you can adjust manually. That's nice to see. Turn them on and off. If you click on the menu button, you can even see what's going on up here. And then down here you've got a USB and a 12-volt socket, so you can plug in whatever you want. And then underneath here you have your buttons for your parking and your alarm off and your lane assist off. And obviously if the car's got more safety features, they will be spec'd up on there as well. Down beneath here you've got a very interesting gear lever. Obviously this is automatic, park, reverse, neutral, D for drive and B for the regen braking. And it's quite cool, you just pull on it to do it and press the P to park. You've got your button down here for your parking. This is your handbrake, and you can change between your drive modes, again very much like the EC4. You have a cup holder and a little space there where you can put your stuff as well. To the side of the steering wheel you have your light controls. You can change the brightness of the instrument cluster. You've got, as you would expect, your indicator and wiper controls, and down this side you can set your cruise control on there. Looking at the steering wheel, we've got the ability to pause and play music, turn the heated steering wheel on and off to set the cruise control, set the memory. This will adjust the speed and distance to the cruise control. And you've got your voice control button, your phone button, the way to navigate through the menus. And interestingly enough, that will navigate through the menus on the main system as well, which is interesting to see. And then your volume as well. And to the side of the car here, you've got your typical buttons that you would expect to have to control your mirrors and to control your windows as well, and the same on the other side. In the back now and see what the space is like back here. You can see here there's quite a bit of space, and this is how much space there is in the back, and it's a decent amount. You could fit lots of stuff in there. It's bigger than the Honda E, and you know, it's decent size. I imagine it's probably pretty much on par with other cars in its price point and size. And I like this special non-slip mat down there, and then there are little hooks here at the side as well. Welcome to the inside of the Corsa E from Vauxhall. This is the first Vauxhall electric car that I've driven. I've driven quite a few electric cars on this channel, as you know, and you've seen if you've been watching my videos. If you haven't, make sure you watch them. This car has a range of 209 miles WLTP range from a 50 kilowatt hour battery. It can do 0 to 60 in 7.6 seconds. And to drive this car, it feels very comfortable. It maybe feels a bit more bouncy, maybe a bit harder slightly in the suspension than some of the other electric cars that I've driven, but it's comfortable. It's still able to handle all the bumps in the road. It feels very different to the ID3 and to the Honda E, because this is a front wheel drive electric car, whereas those were both rear wheel drive electric cars. And so it feels kind of like a traditional car more than maybe the other cars do. I kind of tell from how I'm bouncing around here that the suspension is definitely a bit harder than in some of the other cars. I think that's fair to say. I also feel like I have a slightly higher ride height in this car. This car starts at about £21,000 and it goes up depending on the model that you buy. And to be fair, to get 209 miles of WLTP range for that price seems to be pretty good value. As you spec it up, it costs more and it adds more features, and it gets better and better as a car. As a standard base model, it's not as well spec'd as some of the other competitor models, but it's a really comfortable car, just a bit bumpy. I know I've said that a few times, but I mean, that is my initial impression. Would that make it something that I wouldn't enjoy driving? No, I think I'd get used to it. I think it has a more sporty look and it feels more sporty when being driven. Check out my Tech in the Car score, which is coming up in a second. And don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful.
So how did the Corsa E do in the Tech in the Car rating? 3 out of 5 comfort, 3 out of 5 for connectivity, good driver assistance features, 4 out of 5, parking, 4 out of 5, Economy 5 out of 5 and value 5 out of 5. If you want the best value, you do need to spec it up to get all of the features which come standard in some other models, but overall this is a great car.